afternoon, everyone, and welcome to FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2026 qualifying tournament. It is game day 2, Group A. We are here in Lyon, France, as Nigeria will take on Korea. An opening day for both of these teams told a very different story. Nigeria dominated Colombia by 33 points behind a very physical defensive performance, while Korea struggled against Germany, specifically from beyond the arc, shooting 15%. And they will be looking to bounce back tonight. And we've got plenty of games this evening. And the standings right now, France with a 1-0 record, as well as Nigeria, Germany as well, Korea, Colombia, and the Philippines, all in search of their first win this tournament. And my name is Kristen Mann. I am alongside Mark Mills. Mark, how are we feeling for day number 2?
Yeah, day 1 obviously went with the form book. Kind of went the way we were expecting it to go. Day 2, we're hoping we get a few curveballs thrown our way, so we see a little bit more of a close game. And I think game 1, Nigeria-Korea, could potentially deliver us that.
Absolutely, and the team introductions underway right now. Nigeria have already qualified. However, it is very important for them to do well in this tournament because it will affect their ranking later on. How do you think they'll perform today, considering they kind of got off to a slow start a little bit yesterday? Is that safe to say? Would you agree?
Yeah, I think it was a game of 2 halves. You know, the first half, they didn't get out the blocks quick enough. You know, we talked about the body language from Coach Okama yesterday, and it told us everything we needed to know. I expect them to be far more locked in from the opening tip than they were yesterday. And I also think they're going to need to be. I think Korea will provide them with a very different challenge than they had in game day 1.
Absolutely. They had huge performance yesterday from Victoria McCauley. She had 13 points and 6 rebounds in just 14 minutes, so definitely keep your eye out on her. I definitely expect them to come out hungrier. I guess that's probably safe to say.
Absolutely.
That was probably in their film session yesterday. And as for Korea, I absolutely love the way that they play the game of basketball. They're very selfless. They move extremely well. They're all about pace and speed. However, they do rely heavily on their three-point shooting, but they struggled tremendously yesterday. Do we think they're going to be able to make some threes today?
I think you're even being kind saying they struggled tremendously. 15%. Yes. I had a look back. Their performance at the Asia Cup in the summer, they shot 38% across that tournament. If they'd done that yesterday, they'd have only lost by 6 points instead of 27 points. So that kind of shows you how important the 3-ball is. Absolutely. All right, folks, so now we're going to take a quick break for both national anthems, and we will be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, basketball fan, please stand up together to the national anthem of Nigeria.
National anthems are complete. Players meeting at center court as well as coaches exchanging gifts. And we've got about 3 minutes left before tip-off, folks. And referees for this afternoon, Gatis Salins from Latvia, Nahi Pahi from, Mahi Pierre Malo from Canada, Jacqueline Dover from Australia, respectively. Again, we've got a ton of games, 5 games in 7 days for both of these teams. Have to imagine their recovery was pretty extensive last night for both teams. We've got Okonkwo, Balogun, Amukamara, Musa, and Kalu. Same starting 5 for Nigeria as yesterday. And they've got quite, they've got a lot of depth on their bench, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I'd say you expect to see all 12 players rotated through. You know, speaking to Coach Okama yesterday, she was very clear that this is a team effort. She has got, and in her words, so don't have a go at me, an older team at her disposal, and she wants to maximize what that can deliver her across these 5 games. So expect a lot of rotations, and I don't think we're going to see the same players turning up in a big way every game. I think Nigeria, it will keep changing.
And the starting 5 for Korea, we've got Park, Kong, An, Choi, and Jisoo Park as well. Same starting 5 as yesterday. They also go pretty deep in their rotation as well. All of these players are very capable from shooting from the outside. It'll just be a matter if they can actually hit these threes.
백책을 하든 백픽을 하든 좀 해주고 그다음에 어떻게 해제하는 거 좀 범프 수비 좀 많이 하고 리바운드 할 때 범프 해주고 디펜스 좁히는 거 잊어버리지 말고. 네. 공격되면 공격 바로 하는데 아이 까먹으면 아이요. 5. Posting up hard. You're coming to the high post. You're right here. All right. So it's 3. 2's going through. Open on the side. All right. Work that action for a little bit. They got 1-3-1. All right. But it starts defensively, y'all. Start defensively. Get stops. Get stops. Early pickup points. All right. Communicate who's getting the ball, who's getting back. All right. Here we go. We got this. We got this. Here we go. Let's go, ladies. 1-3-1, 2-3.
Mark, what are your thoughts on Korea being able to respond to the physicality that Nigeria has as a team?
I think what they'll have to do is they'll have to pressure the ball higher up the floor. By the time it gets into some of the post players, or they create some interior action, it's probably too late for Korea to be able to stop that. So I expect a lot of on-ball pressure before they even reach the final third of the court. From Nigeria's perspective, it's all about perimeter defense. It's, you know, that's how Nigeria are going to win this. They'll look to Korea's game yesterday and they'll have made note. You slow or you restrict their outside action, the game becomes much easier against Korea.
Yeah, both of these teams actually shot 15% from the three-point line. So we'll see if both will be able to shoot better, hopefully.
For Nigeria, it's less of a problem.
Yes, agreed.
Because they have a lot more interior options. For Korea, it's kind of a deadly sin for them with regards to not being able to shoot the 3 well.
All right, and we are off. Welcome, everyone. World Cup qualifiers here in Lyon, France. Nigeria in green, winning the jump ball tip versus Korea in white. Beautiful pass inside to Musa off the pick and roll. Lots of ball movement here. It's stolen away from Kalu. Nigeria has numbers. Short corner shot from Musa. Not this time. Choi comes up with the rebound. Go inside to Park. And back-to-back turnovers now for Korea.
And it's interesting for Korea, they've opened 2 phases of offense have been get to the basket. It hasn't been looking for the 3 ball.
And a foul at the low block as Okonkwo trying to post up. Yeah, you see the hold there. Actually quite physical in that possession. So baseline out of bounds. Hand off to Kalu. Finds Musa again. Kalu gets it back. She'll pull from 3 and passes it out of bounds. I think that was Balogun.
Yeah, Kalu trying to work the ref into the call on that one. Not a lot of contact, but the only 2 phases. Kalu already with some unbelievable precise passing inside, cutting Korea's defense in half.
And almost, yes, another turnover. 3 turnovers in a row now for Korea, so not a good start for them.
No, pretty difficult to win games when you have 0 shots in the first 90 seconds of the game.
Kamara receiving the screen from Musa. She'll pull from the top. Can't get it to go. Park with the rebound. Over to Choi. She'll pull for 3. And that is an air ball. I'm not really sure what's happening right now with Korea in these first 2 minutes.
No, they've kind of come in a little bit disjointed. Don't really have a clear focus of what they want to do on the offensive end at the start of this game.
Do we think them shooting so poorly yesterday is already in their heads? And Musa is called for traveling.
Yeah, I think to your point, potentially, you know, it's always going to be difficult to get that out of your mind so quickly. The quick turnaround in these kind of tournaments, trying to hit that mental reset. Obviously, usually in club play, you'd have 3-4 days, potentially a week to get your brain back to where you need it to be. Here, it's literally you're going to get 1 sleep and you better forget what happened.
Yeah. And the missed 3 there, but the offensive rebound and a foul. That will be on Musa. But yeah, to your point, Mark, you kind of have to have a, what is it called? A little goldfish brain?
Yeah, a little bit. That would be helpful, right? Yeah.
You get
a 4-second memory. Yeah.
Short-term memory?
Yeah.
Be like Dory a little bit from Finding Nemo.
Either that or Men in Black, where they do the old mind eraser. Yesterday's game didn't happen.
Yes, absolutely. Good shot attempt by Park. But ball goes out of bounds. It will stay with Korea.
And I like how they've gone to Park Ji-soo so early in this game. I think it is important because that will make Nigeria's defense contract and hopefully give them those shooting opportunities that they need to win.
Yeah, she definitely has the height advantage versus Musa. Kong up top, alone for 3. Not this time. Park's there for the rebound and is fouled going up by Balogun.
I'm expecting to see Nigeria make a change. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Macaulay come into the game pretty soon. She just brings a little bit more height, a little bit more wingspan that probably would match up defensively better with Park.
GC Park did play about 18 minutes yesterday. 7 points for her. And finally, gets Korea on the board. Mukamara over to Okonkwo. Goes through the defense and off the glass and in for two.
And that's a great stand by NHG, but Okonkwo just too strong. Just too much power.
Yeah, just muscled her way in. Hejian for three. That was right on target.
And it's that kind of early play. Hitting a three at this point will give them more confidence.
Balogun. Now Kalu has it and is fouled by, not sure if that was on Choi. I think it was on Park. Yes, it was on Park.
Yeah, a little bit too much defense being played with the hands. But that three ball, so important. Korea need that momentum.
And Balogun is fouled on the jumper. So that one is on Kong. Definitely got her right there on the shooting arm. And that will be Kong's first. Balogun missing the first. Goes 1 for 2. Hejian with the basketball. Finds Choi. Over to Park. Shot clock winding down, looking to go one-on-one in good hands by Musa. Saved, however, but not in time. So that'll be another turnover.
And defensively, Nigeria will be pretty happy with what they've done so far. They are limiting what Korea have been able to deliver. And there's the change that I was expecting to see Macaulay come into the game, because I think it will be a natural matchup. And interestingly, straight away, Park Ji-soo heads to the bench. So Korea throwing a little bit of a curveball to Nigeria on their rotations.
Mukamara over to Balogun, looking inside, and Macaulay on the floor. Not sure how she ended up there. Oh yeah, that's on Hejian.
Smallest player on the floor,
yes,
gifting the tallest.
Okoro over to Mukamara. To go inside to Macaulay. Turnaround jumper is good. Nothing but net.
She looked so good in yesterday's game. Came and really delivered for her team. And the early signs are she's ready to go again today.
Drive and dish to Kong. And another turnover. That's turnover number 5 now. Nigeria, the open floor, a little floater. And is short. And Korea will secure the basketball. Hejian gets blocked. Little step back from Jin. Off the mark. Okoro now for Nigeria. Gets it inside to Macaulay. Turns baseline and reversal.
Macaulay really stepping up, showing and leading her team by example. Korea right now are almost, for me, too much in their own heads.
I couldn't agree more. Kong almost loses it. Jian creates space, finds an open cutter, and that is beautifully done. Ji-yoon Park.
I was seconds away from saying, why didn't she take the shot? And then she finds an absolute killer pass on the cut, and thankfully I held out so I don't look so foolish.
Okoro drives to the basket. Adds 2 more for Nigeria. Jin hands it to Kong. They go inside to Park. Shot clock ticking away. Kick it back out, quick 3. And an air ball. Shot clock violation as well. So more substitutions for both teams. And Macaulay going to work underneath the basket. Okoro on the wing. Go high-low, big to big. Skip it over, extra pass to Kalu. And ball gets deflected out of bounds. It will stay with Nigeria, 3.3.
We talked about it in the warm-up for Korea, right? They were running the shell drill, and Nigeria are now in 5 out, and Korea are ready to run against 5 out.
Tough shot. Not this time for Macaulay. 3-ball up. And that one is heavy. A great offensive rebound. Try another 3. Off the mark again. But O-board is there for Korea. Lee Hyun-ha finds an open shooter in the corner. Shot fake and drive to the cup. Perfect. And the foul. I missed that. I thought that was right on time at the buzzer. Didn't even hear the whistle. Great attack by Park. I think you called it earlier. I think you told me before that she's gonna step up today.
Just the way she was warming up was with real, just relaxed confidence. You know, seen her a few years ago at the Asia Cup when she was kind of that breakthrough youngster, was getting so much attention and so much hype, and hopefully she can kind of live up to that and help take her team through, who knows, to a World Cup if they can perform well for the remainder of this qualification tournament.
And there's that previous play. Nice little shot fake, and just in time before the shot clock went off.
And the officials are having a conversation right now. Are they discussing whether they want to review whether she released the ball in time? It looks like they're going to go to the review. So they want to have a look to see, did she get it away before that shot clock? From a neutral's perspective, it's heartbreaking if they kind of wave that one away. That was a lovely move.
It was a lovely move, and yeah. I mean, from your eye, what did you see? Well, let's have a listen.
So we're going to review the game clock malfunction. We have to see the moment when the referee blew the whistle for the foul to correct the clock. Let's go normal speed now. Okay, just move on. Foul comes now, it's 2:52. Thank you. So after the review, the game clock will be corrected to 2 minutes and 52 seconds.
All right, so it definitely wasn't a matter of if she got the shot off in time. It was more about the game clock, and good thing they caught that, because
yeah, we'd lost 7 seconds.
We would have lost, yeah.
But this will give Korea confidence, the fact that they're actually not having to rely on the 3-ball now.
Absolutely.
That they're getting some opportunity to get to the basket, and if they can keep leaning into that for as long as it keeps opening up, that will just gain them their momentum, and then they'll stop thinking about how bad the 3-ball is going, and it will just naturally start to happen for them.
Yeah, yesterday I think they just relied solely on their 3-point shot, which obviously was not falling, and they're very capable of doing other things, and that last clip right there that we just saw is a perfect example of that.
Yeah, 50% of the shots they put up in yesterday's game were from outside, and they only hit 5 of them. Those maths aren't that difficult to do. That it equals not winning.
Kunai up top finds Kalu. They go inside. Triple teamed. Kalu somehow comes up with it and finds a runway to the basket. Corner 3 is good for Kong.
Now this is worrying times for Nigeria. Yes, they still have the lead, but Korea feels like their offense has started now, that they've got confidence at this end of the floor.
And a foul inside on the post-up by Kunai Akpana. So she'll head to the free throw line. And knocks down the first one. Kunai Akpana had 5 points and 10 rebounds yesterday versus Colombia. Jin on the wing, hands it off to Park. Over to Kong again for 3. Not this time. That looked like it was going in. Kalu kicks it out. A little backdoor cut. Goes out of bounds. Not sure who it's off of, and they're going to say off of Nigeria. Maybe they're going to talk about it.
Yeah, I think that was a difficult one. That was.
Oh.
Yeah, it looks like it came off the foot of Park, right?
Yeah.
Officials talking it through.
Okay.
I think that's the right call
I think
on that
so too.
quick look at the replay.
And that's why you have 3 referees.
It certainly helps.
It definitely helps. All right. So baseline out of bounds, 12 seconds on the shot clock for Nigeria. And a wide open cut from Okonkwo. Misses the lay-in, but is fouled. I think that's on Lisa Kong.
Yeah, it just kind of fell asleep defensively.
Yeah. Yeah.
Woke up at the wrong moment.
Also found her teammate there.
Taking out as many people as you can. Apologies for the ghost scoreboard we had there briefly.
Amy Okonkwo at the line. Obviously a reigning champion with Nigeria, 2-time MVP at AfroBasket as well. Goes 1 for 2. And defensive pressure by Kalu. Lee back to Park. And the jumper is good for Jisoo Park.
You can almost read it in the body language of Korea right now. They're so much more comfortable on the offensive end that they're not having to lean on the 3 ball.
Okonkwo thought about it, kicks it to the corner. They go inside and unfortunately cannot hold on to the pass. Turnover number 2, I believe. Actually, that's number 3.
I like the on-ball pressure that Kalu is putting on to the point guard for Korea, because a lot of Korea's offense has to be almost initiated by that point guard.
Corner 3 goes up and in for Jiyoon Park. And a timeout on the floor for Nigeria as Korea take the lead 17-16. Beautifully done. What is this, the 3rd triple now for the game?
Yeah, 3 from 11 from outside now, so they're shooting, well, double the percentage they were yesterday.
It's here right now. It's here. All they're doing is exactly what Alright, this is what we're running. This is what we're running. It's 1-2. It's 1-2. Every time, it's 1-2. Alright, we got it. Go back for G. Run for G, lady. You go any on the post up too. Alright? 2, we go. You have Rita and Lucen that I'm at the 3. Let's go. Hey, stop them at the 3-point line first.
Yeah, it's a simple message from Coach Okama. It's nothing complicated. That's what I take from it. It's basically saying, go back to our strengths, pointing at players and saying, you shoot the ball, you grab rebound. Don't have to step out of your comfort zone to win basketball games. You just have to do what you do really well.
Yeah, you said it perfectly. I think they definitely just need to lean into what they're good at, and we'll see how they will respond after this timeout. Musa, short corner is short. And Okonkwo comes up with the O board, goes up, and can't finish as Korea now in transition. Get it to Jin, who is definitely fouled. Almost got double teamed. I don't know who the foul is on. It could be on both of them.
Take your pick on that
yes.
one, right? As a player, that's the one who's the least fouls.
Yes.
Quickly puts their hand up and takes that one. Least fouls are the least important. It was usually me in the team. I'll burn my 5 fouls.
Nice elevator screen by Korea. And a foul on the play.
And I like they're trying to look into that hot hand straight away. The elevator screen is clearly set for Ji Hyun Park, and that's the wise move. If she has got a hot hand, try and get her through. Closing the door, and Kalu was having none of it.
Yeah.
Trying to kick the door down.
Just tried to bust down the door. So now Anjin will head to the line. And goes 2 for 2.
And it shows how much of Korea's basketball is in the mind. You know, yesterday they even struggled from the line. They were 10 from 15. They're now shooting 80% here so far in today's game. It's all about the mental side of the game.
Okonkwo pulls the trigger from the corner, but a little heavy. And Korea should finish with the last shot. Tried to go up to Park. Still go inside to her. And she's fouled going up. And that will be on Kalu. That's her second. She also had foul trouble yesterday, correct?
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she picked up some early fouls.
Let's see if we can see here. I thought that was the right idea. I'm not sure if Hunt knew that Musa could jump like that.
Yeah, for me, that is a foul, though. She's still moving, and it's the lower body contact. And if anything, that's almost worse, because that can be, particularly in that height difference, a little bit more dangerous if you clip a taller player and they kind of lose their balance.
So Jisoo Park at the line, trying to extend the lead a little bit more for Korea. And right here, Kalu does get her on the way up, yeah, for sure. Lower body half, exactly. And misses the second. Nigeria has to go. And they do not get a shot off in time. So 10 minutes of play are done. And Korea started off a little bit slow and now have a 4-point lead, 20-16 over Nigeria.
Coach Park will be nothing but happy right now. They had a slow start to the game, and there were worrying signs they were going to slip back into what they did last game out, but straight away you can see that's not the case. They're not, you know, reliant on that 3 ball. They're still shooting a huge number of threes, but they've hit 3 already, and they've got some options inside. Right now, Nigeria looking rattled, and it is plan B, plan C time for the AfroBasket champions.
Yeah, they still have yet to hit a 3 from outside. They also struggled yesterday, shooting 15%. I think it'll be important for them, exactly what their coach said. Go to your strengths. Don't be afraid to take the shots that you're used to taking. It kind of looks like they're a little hesitant. Everyone's kind of, no, you take it. I'll take it. You take it. You.
Yeah, it's almost one of the veteran players, which there are many in that Nigerian roster, kind of need to just grab the game by the scruff of the neck and kind of lead the team a little bit and be a little bit selfish. Sometimes teams need that. They just need someone to take over the game a little bit and say, all right, I've got us now. Put the ball through me for a couple of phases. We'll regain our composure, and then we can go back to team-first basketball.
Absolutely. And I think yesterday for them, that person was Macaulay and Kalu at moments. Kalu's a very, their energizer bunny. Plays with a lot of emotion. So I think those two players are probably the two that you need to try and go to get a bucket.
Yeah, absolutely. Macaulay's already shown in this game that she's ready to go again. I'm surprised that Musa hasn't had a big impact. 7 minutes on the floor, 2 points, 0 rebounds.
That's rare. All right, folks, really quickly, Courtside 1891 stream schedules and all your scores. Download the app. You will definitely see that QR code again throughout the game, so just be ready. All right, second quarter underway here. Korea with a 4-point lead versus Nigeria. Jin will pull, and she will connect for 2.
It's a tough mid-range jump, having to lean back to get it over the outstretched arm of the defense, but that's what I'm talking about. They're now playing with confidence. The game's so much easier when you're confident.
Macaulay up top, over inside to Musa. She'll try, but is short. Now Korea, a little floater, but not this time. Mukamara will bring the ball up the floor. Anabozi will try from deep. That one's off the mark. Park on the wing. Skips it across. 3 ball, way off the mark for Korea.
Yeah, way too much closeout on that. That was great work by Nigeria to put that closeout in, because there was no way she was going to hit that shot. And then now overplaying Ji-Hyung Park. She's staying in the corner trying to spread the floor, but they are overplaying her to keep her off ball.
I'd like to see Nigeria go inside. Okay, yes, took the words out of my mouth. And an offensive foul on Macaulay. I'm gonna say she hooked Jin. Let's have a look here. Oh, definitely, yep, you see that with that right arm.
Yeah, it's a very good call. Yeah. Not an easy one to make.
Not an easy one, no. No,
because you're just seeing it as contact, and you're kind of almost assuming it's the defense creating that contact, but not in that situation.
Yeah, but I think Nigeria had the right idea to try and go inside the Macaulay.
Completely. They've got to almost be more purposeful offensively. They can't play the free-flowing style that Korea play. They need to be more structured.
3 ball from the corner. Off the mark. Park pulls down the rebound. Ball goes around the horn. Up top, looking to shake and bake. Drive and kick. That one's no good, and Mukamara will pull down the rebound. Korea
have got to start going back in again. They're leaning way too much on this 3 ball. You know, they've now had 14 attempts. They've only had 7 inside the 3-point line and 14 outside it. They've got to find a better balance. And they were being successful early on by being aggressive and getting the basket. And the reason they hit those 3 threes was because the Nigerian defense had to collapse.
Absolutely. There we go. I think they heard you.
That's much better.
The take by Kong. Beautiful cut for Korea. And like you said, they definitely need a better balance of inside and out. And that will open up so much for them. And Musa called for a travel.
I think the pivot foot just got picked up a little bit too quickly. Didn't get the ball down quick enough.
There's that pass, that face cut. And a tough finish by Kong. So turnover number 6 for Nigeria. And a little bit of full court pressure from them. And Korea almost throws it away. They go inside to Park. She does have the size advantage versus Musa, but kicks it out. And a foul on the drive by Choi. Again, inside out, that balance. And there's the foul by Balogun. So Balogun will head to the bench. Anabosi comes in for Nigeria. Tried to run that elevator screen again from the side. Extra pass up top. Lee will pull and knocks it down. Big 3 from Heron Lee.
And Macaulay tried to close it out, but had to keep her arms down because she'd gone too fast on the closeout.
Macaulay is fouled.
It's a good foul.
Yeah.
It's a painful foul, but it's a good foul. She sacrificed everything for that foul to stop the score.
Yeah, she sure did. So Hae-Jian will come back in for Korea. There's that triple. He's right on the money for Korea. Now with their biggest lead, 11 points. Go inside to Macaulay. Nice little jab step and pull. It is beautifully done by her. Kong, deep 3, hits the front of the rim. Macaulay pulls down the board.
Now Korea's threes are coming off penetration and kick. They're not coming off straight off their offense. They're not creating anything from the perimeter to give them that space.
And Kalu drives aggressively and creates the contact. She will go to the free throw line.
Nigeria are being made to work so hard for every point. You know, Korea are giving up a lot of fouls. They are creating a lot of contact, and the officials are blowing them for those fouls. But I like that, making the other team know and feel every point that they're earning. That takes its toll physically, but also mentally, that you know you're in a battle.
And it's a collective defensive effort by Korea. I mean, we saw, like you said, we saw them in warm-ups working on shell drill, which you don't see often.
And you can see it completely transferring into the game almost immediately, how hard they work for one another.
Kalu converts the free throw. And again, Nigeria picking up full court, trying to slow Korea down a little bit. Give and go action there. Beautifully done there. Nice little cut by Park and gets the friendly roll.
9 points personal for Ji-Hyun Park now.
And Kalu trying to post up Hae-Jian. I like that little guard. I like when the guards get in there.
Yeah, it's always one that gets neglected when guards are developed as players. They're never given a post-up game, but sometimes it can be quite beneficial, even just for that, even just to grab a quick foul.
Yeah.
You grab a new shot clock, but Park is having a game. She really has. 9 points. Game's leading scorer right now.
They skip it to Macaulay, who goes up and in.
It's a very brave pass, but it pays off this time.
Absolutely. I was thinking she was skipping it across the court, but well done from Nigeria. three is off the mark by Kong.
It's got to be penetrating kick for Korea. It can't just be perimeter ball movement. It doesn't create the space they need.
Go inside and foul from behind. That is on Hong. Jisoo Park will come back in for Korea.
And I like that as a rotational option as well. Nigeria just starting to drag themselves back into this game, and now the kind of rim protector in Park comes back onto the floor for Korea.
Anabozi finds Balogun, picks up her dribble early. Give it to McCauley. Looks like she's going to go one-on-one right to the basket. But Park got her hands on it.
And that's why she's back in the game.
And nobody picked up Park in transition. Ji-yoon Park ran the floor. And the lead back to 10.
And Coach Wakama has the same body language as she had in the first half yesterday as well.
Good.
But it also led to a very inspirational halftime speech.
And Okoro misses from the corner. O-board is there, put back. Unfortunately does not go down for Nigeria. And Choi. Ball moves around, and Park missed a wide open three. That would have been huge. Go inside to Enobosi, turns baseline, is triple teamed. Somehow gets a shot off, gets her own rebound, and the putback.
I think a technical foul has been called on the Nigeria coach, by the looks of it. Coach Wakama has taken herself down to the corner of the court, as far away from the officials as she can get. I don't know if she doesn't trust herself right now, potentially.
She got one yesterday as well, didn't she?
Yes, she did. Yeah,
so right
you're right.
now,
yeah,
she's 2 for 2.
She's playing that wild card of the technical to see if it'll fire her teammate.
I mean, I don't blame her. Sometimes.
I don't think her team needs firing up right now. I don't think that's what this gap is at the moment, particularly. I think it comes down to, weirdly, the fact that Nigeria aren't able to shoot the three ball very well at the moment. So for Korea, they can just collapse on the paint, crowd the paint. They can triple team someone in the post because the kick out is ineffective.
Absolutely. Yes, they're 0 for 5 from 3.
Makes it a lot easier to guard when you've got to guard about a third of the space you normally would.
And deflected out of bounds. Balogun.
I don't think we had a coach's challenge yesterday, did we?
I don't think we did either.
Coaches,
no.
They're quite reticent to use it because obviously they only get the one.
Ji-yoon Park up top.
Yeah.
An offensive foul.
Yeah.
An illegal screen.
Just leant into it, carried on that forward body motion, and ended up, you know, with too much contact. She just wasn't stationary.
So we're gonna have a look at it here. Yeah, we didn't really see much of it, but Amukamara drives to her left and gets the lay-in. Is Amukamara's first 2 points. Park finds an open shooter in the corner, and Lee knocks it down. It was a long 2. And the spacing right now for Nigeria.
All over the place.
Yes. Skip it to Enobosi. And she'll pull, that one's no good.
Even though there's almost 3 minutes left from Nigeria right now, the halftime cannot come quick enough. So Coach Wakama can have a little bit of a reset with her team.
Yep. Park, pull up. That one is heavy. It did look like it was going in from our angle. And the pass overhead.
It's one of those as a big player. You don't thank your teammate for that pass because you know, even though you'll get the foul, which isn't a bad thing, you know you're just about to get absolutely clattered from behind.
Yeah, I don't know if Park didn't really need to jump for it.
No, she just needed to take position behind her, right? She had the space and time just to, yeah, set herself. Thankfully, only a second foul from Korea's perspective there.
And if McCauley catches it, I mean, then you just got to play one-on-one in the post, and they probably would have double-teamed anyway.
Absolutely.
McCauley now back at the line. Leading the way right now for Nigeria. Has 9 points.
And already, you know, we're only, what, 1.5 games into this tournament. She is, without doubt, the most important player that Nigeria have. The way she's delivering. You just hate to think where Nigeria might be if she wasn't stepping up to that level. It would have certainly been a different game yesterday as well.
Oh, for sure. Ooh, geez. Callow hit the deck hard. And I think they're going to call it on Callow. So that's her third personal. Yeah, a little. Oh, yeah, she's definitely holding her right there. So Callow will head to the bench. That's her third foul.
And that is a big problem and a big loss.
Yep.
She is one of the players that kind of sparked a very different looking second half for Nigeria in yesterday's game.
And a timeout on the floor for Korea. With 2:11 left to go. Korea 34, Nigeria 26.
여기 지금 잠깐 어디로 나가 있냐? 여기지? 여기로 나가고 5번, 2번, 4번, 3번 다운 스크린하고 2번 이렇게 하죠. 2번 누가 할 때? 백도 누가 할 거야? 네가 해야 돼. 네가 해야 될 것 같은데? 하고 4번 있지? 5번은 빠져나가. 4번이 요럴 때 잡아주라고. 여기 있다. 이렇게 오면 여기 봐. 알았지? 알았어?
네, 내가 잡았어. 여기랑 여기 찬스.
헌진하면은 헤드 오면은 이거 보고 이슬이 보고
멈췄다가 안 되면 빨리 와서 해야지.
이거 누가 뛸 거야?
쟤네가 계속 디나이 하니까 차라리 한 번 페이크하고 말고.
So it's going to be interesting. 2 minutes and 11 for me for Nigeria now. This is actually quite an important 2 minutes and 11. If they can keep it single digits, they've got a little bit of something to go from. If Korea can open this out to a 12, 13-point lead going into the half, that's a big problem for Nigeria.
It's the ball on the side now.
And now Nigeria's dropped straight into a zone defense. Super interesting. Have they identified that Korea have to kind of penetrate and kick to get shots away, or will Korea benefit from having that extra space on the perimeter now?
Well, it worked out well for them. They created a turnover. Now Nigeria. McCauley will pull from 3, and she hits a big bucket from downtown for Nigeria.
12 points from McCauley, and anything that is good that's happening for Nigeria is coming out of the hands of McCauley.
That is their first three-pointer. And Lee trying a three of her own, can't get it to go. And unfortunately, Jin knocks it out of bounds.
And this could be a master stroke, but straight away we see the change as well now. So back comes in Choi, who will be a far better shooter than Jin, who heads to the bench. So Coach Park reacting immediately to give himself that perimeter advantage again.
Mukamara up top. Tried to go inside to Nusa, but was stolen away. On the wing, loses the ball. And they're gonna say it's Korea's ball.
Are we all gonna have a coach's challenge?
I think, yeah, players players are signaling to their coach from Nigeria. Challenge it.
And they can't make the career at the moment, want to make a change, and they can't make the change until the challenge has been reviewed.
And wow, you've spoken into existence, Mark.
What can I say? Yeah. We haven't seen the challenge. All right.
All right,
All right, Mark.
Just because you requested it, we're going to do it. All right, so referees are going to head to the scores table and have a look at this play.
Green team, and we are going to review who goes the ball out of bounds. The initial decision is white ball. Let's see the play. Okay, now let's see. Now we see the touch of the white right leg's knee. Let's go. I don't see any touches after. Okay. I think it's enough. It's clear and conclusive. You see the same?
Yes.
Okay. After the review, decision will be overturned to green ball. Yes.
That's a smart coach's challenge, because it's quite early in the game to use your coach's challenge, but I think it's a pivotal moment in the game. They're now only down by 5. They gain a new possession. It could be a one-possession ball game before the half, and that paints a very different picture from an 8-9 point deficit to a 2-point deficit, and that's where they could take it.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I think it's going to be crucial for them, especially if they get a bucket here. The momentum will kind of have flipped.
Definitely. But when you use a coach's challenge, that you do kind of have to make the most of it. You do have to get a score off the back of it, really.
Coro finds McCauley. Can she hit 2? Yes, she can! Victoria McCauley now with 15 points.
And it's a 2-point ball game. That's a great coach's challenge. That has swung the game in such a different direction.
Lee loads and fires. Can't get the friendly bounce.
Could Nigeria have the lead at the half? My goodness, that is a changer.
Musa mishandles it. Tried to do a little alley-oop. And it goes out of bounds.
I think it's fair to say that Musa's having a first half to forget so far. Just 2 points.
Yeah, a little off, I would say.
A few turnovers. It's just not kind of played into her game just yet.
All right, another timeout on the floor for Korea. 34-32 with 24.4 left in the first half.
그냥 만약에 쫄으면은 또 쟤네 또 맨투맨 할지 모르겠다. 그냥 쫄 완포를 해. 맨이든 쫀이든 그게 낫겠어. 알았지? 드리블 치고 돌아와주고 맨이든 쫀이든 그렇게 하면서 그렇게 해서 여기서 잡으면 들어가고 여기 코나 보고 알았지? 그렇게 해서 쫀 완포 해. 알았지?
15초 때
다 돌리고.
15초 다 돌리고. 아까
10초 남았을 때 한번 보자.
지수언니가 헬프 깊게 가는 거 3점 맞았잖아요. 그 옆에 있는 사람이 지수언니 것까지 헬프 해줘야 돼. 12초야, 12초. 화이팅! 너라! 화이팅! 얘들아! 언니 화이팅!
And now, rather than it being an important few seconds for Nigeria, it's important for Korea. You know, if they can, after you see the McCauley hit her second three, almost a complete identical replica of the last one. But McCauley has had another big first half. But if Korea can at least keep their lead heading into the halftime locker room, it's some element of positivity, particularly after how the game went yesterday for them.
Absolutely. Slight differential, very, very minimal of game clock and shot clock. Nigeria again in that zone.
Yeah, Korea will look for this final shot. They're going to run the clock all the way down.
As they should. Park up top is fouled.
They've got a foul to give, though, so it'll only be a sideline. So Korea will just drop back into running that offense. But obviously now only 6.8 seconds, and that is the third foul as well. So more foul problems for Coach Wakama to deal with.
It's the ball on the side, 6.8 left. A little give and go. Well done from Korea.
I love that as a play. I love that as a play. Simplicity, but just executed at pace.
Now Yi-Hoon Ha will head to the free throw line. Yeah, so often we forget about the inbounder.
And you know, you set up these lines and there's all these intricate cuts, and it was literally one pass and the inbounder just cut to the basket as quick and as hard as they can.
On top of that, Okoro was so worried about denying the pass.
Yeah, to the perimeter. Yeah. That created 2 free throws in 1.6 seconds. As a coach, I like that. A hell of an out-of-bounds play all day long.
All right, now another timeout on the floor for Nigeria. 4-point lead for Korea with 5.2 left to go here in the first half.
Interesting to see how Nigeria delivering 5.2 seconds. It almost feels like the end of the game rather than the end of the first half, but it just shows how important those marginal gains are in this kind of, not just game, but tournament.
They get it to Mukamara. Okoro wide open for 3, gets blocked by Jisoo Park.
Just walks away with a little bit of swagger as well.
0.3.
That's a tip shot, really. It's not catch and shoot. Almost have to.
And another block to end the half. Talk about momentum shift. Defensively for Korea. Look at this. Nasty. Sends it flying out of bounds. My goodness. All right, after the first half, Korea holding on to a 4-point lead, 36-32 versus Nigeria. As both teams head to the locker room, a lot to discuss for both sides.
Yeah, huge amount, an absolute huge amount. The last 90 seconds had as much in it as the first 18 and a half minutes of that first half. But you look at the stats, again, neither team shooting the ball well from outside. I think the difference today for Korea is they're getting some inside looks. That's what's got them in the game. That's what's keeping them in the game. 14 assists off 36 points. As a coach, that's music to your ears. You know, Coach Park's team are playing team basketball, and that's what's given them the 4-point lead at the half.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you. I still think that they could have a better balance of working inside and out. You said it earlier, they can't just move the basketball around the horn. They've got to go north and south, more drives and kicks, more post ups inside, and then kick it back out as well. What do you think Nigeria needs to improve on to try and get this win?
It's a super interesting one. You know, we're almost in a similar situation for Nigeria at the moment. They want to attack the basket. Their roster is loaded with players who want to get the job done in the paint. The issue they have is, outside of Macaulay, really, they're not shooting the ball well from outside. In fact, no one else has hit a 3 in that first half, bar Macaulay. And that means that Korea can just flood the paint. As soon as the ball goes anywhere near the interior, it's a triple team. And the Nigerian team are looking for fouls, but they're not. It's just the mass of bodies that is causing the problem. So for me, Nigeria do need to try and see, is there some perimeter opportunities offensively, because that will make their entire game so much easier. But I agree with you, for Korea, the change in balance offensively. The inside-outside game is where they've had the most success, and when they walk away from it is when their scoreboard starts slowing down.
Yeah, Victoria McCauley has 15 of Nigeria's 32 points, so she has been single-handedly
pretty much
doing everything herself.
And from Coach Park's perspective, how much easier is that to try and go, right, we've got one player, and then Nigeria are going to have to prove a point outside of McCauley.
All right, folks, a lot left in this game to go. Don't go anywhere. Halftime for Korea, 36-32 versus Nigeria. We will be right back.
This isn't a moment. It's a time unlike any before.
It's not a request, not a maybe, not a someday.
This is now. Feel our presence, built on strength
and drive. Not rising, we are arriving. Not hoping, but owning.
This isn't a moment, it's movement. Constant, relentless.
Every cut, every pass, every shot.
Earned.
Taken.
Undeniable. The future, it's already here.
Forged in sweat,
Ruled by queens.
When we move, the whole game shifts.
And we're unstoppable in all directions. We own the game.
Rebound, they've got Martin in the open court. A couple passes, and Gustafson makes the shot. Plus the foul, should go to the foul line for the first time tonight.
Shot clock winding down. No look pass. Oh my goodness, that was pretty.
That was a beautiful play.
Nice pass inside, but rejected from Sadly. Get out of here. Ball moves around, gets back into the hands of McCauley off the glass. You gotta be kidding me, how? Tough shot.
McCauley is stepping up in a big way in today's game.
There's a mark, bounce pass, pocket pass, an even better one came there from Alaman. Finishing touches are being provided by Alicia Couture. Turner, oh, look at that. Going right at her and scores. Put that on the highlight reel.
Stolen away by Gabby Williams.
And the energy that dunk's given them.
Oh my gosh, so much behind the back pass. Showtime here in Lyon, France.
Here's Chelsea Gray now. Attacking, dishes off to Hamby down low. Gray, the backwards pass to Jackie Young, and they capitalize. There's a three for Jackie Young. 5 points for her so far. That's her first 3 of the game.
The point guard in Gray came out with the behind the head pass.
Nice.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh my gosh, the block. Beautiful help side. And Malonga stolen away. Hold on, do we have an opportunity here? Get out of here, folks! Dominique Malonga throws it down. Can't believe I knew it. I had a feeling it was coming this game.
I don't think it'll be the last one we see.
I don't think so either.
How many times are we going to see this? Baseline. Are you kidding me? Papa Nicolau says, give it to me.
Go attacks to close out. Bruno inside.
right, welcome back, everyone. Korea with a 4-point lead at halftime, 36-32 versus Nigeria. And the top scorer right now for Nigeria, Victoria McCauley, 15 points, 2 for 2, the only 2 threes for Nigeria tonight. Also shooting 4 for 6 from 2, but doing a little bit of everything in the low block, beyond the arc. Has also gotten to the free throw line, but they definitely need to go to her a little bit more.
Yeah, 100%. You know, she had, 13 points in 14 minutes yesterday. She's almost played that amount of time in today's game because they've needed her so much more. She's up to 15 points and 3 boards in today's game. The one question is, can she play a 35-minute game? Because that's what Nigeria may need from her today to come away with the win.
Well, considering tomorrow is an off day, why not?
She can ice the knees all day.
Exactly. But, you know, Nigeria is definitely going to need help on the scoring front, and she can't do everything. But switching over to Korea, top scorer for them is Ji-yoon Park, and you called it early, like during warm-ups. You said, I have a feeling that she is going to have a great game today. Right now, 11 points.
She just had a vibe about it. She just had this relaxed confidence, the way she was stepping into the three ball. What I love to see is the fact, first score, attack the basket. Little shot fake, because that's what everyone's expecting us, just to shoot threes, and confidence to go to the bucket. She backed it up, though, with some good shooting from outside as well. Hit 1 3, but I don't think she's even started, really. I think we'll see an awful lot more of her in the second half. Nigeria did start to overplay her and overcommit to her defensively, which may slow her down, and her stat line might kind of almost freeze. But from a team's perspective, that's absolutely fine, because that's going to open up space. Just her presence will make life easier for Korea offensively.
Yeah, I think both Ji-yoon Park and Jisoo Park are two big pieces of the puzzle for Korea's success today. A lot of inside and out between the two of them is going to be important. We'll see if they can continue to try and hopefully get a better balance of working that inside-out game.
Yeah, absolutely. The double park kind of play that Korea are leaning into right now is you know, it's paying off, and Korea just seem more confident. They seem more relaxed offensively throughout that first half, particularly when they started seeing a couple of 3 balls drop. You know, they've hit 4 today, and we're only at the half. They only hit 5 all game in yesterday's game. So it certainly feels like a more confident Korean team, which is always a terrifying prospect for anyone who has to face them.
Yeah, and they have attempted more threes today so far in the first 20 minutes of play. 4 for 20 from downtown and 8 for 12 from 2. But yesterday, I think it was pretty even, right?
Yeah, relatively so. So yeah, it was completely even. 33 from inside the arc, 33 from outside the arc. So they are leaning into the 3 ball even more. You can understand, because they've had a little bit more joy today. Still not enough to maybe warrant that ratio. And most of their joy has become from, like you say, that north-south work first, and then we can get the ball around the arc. Once we've disrupted the defense, the quick ball movement around the perimeter, that's when it actually is most effective.
Let's talk a little bit about the momentum shift towards the end of the first half with Nigeria. I thought coming out of that timeout, head coach Wakama did a great job making the adjustment and coming out into his zone. Let's talk about how that kind of affected Korea.
Yeah, 100% it did. They dropped into the 2-3 zone, which if you're Korea and you look at this from outside, you're kind of playing into Korea's hand.
You're like,
but because they have struggled from outside, moving the ball around the perimeter wasn't giving them those confident open shots, and then the strength of the interior defense from Nigeria was too much for that penetration for Korea. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Coach Wakama use it again. I don't think she's the kind of coach that will lean on it for long periods.
Yeah.
But if there's a little momentum shift, it's a nice little kind of curveball to throw to Korea to say, right, we're gonna break down what you do, and you're gonna have to find a different way to play for a bit.
Yeah, I
but
agree
Nigeria, offensively, they're looking a little bit confused, I'm not going to lie. You know, their spacing is a little bit all over the place. It's unclear where they're trying to focus their offense. If they can tidy that up, then they could get this game back up and running like they kind of did in game day 1. The second half was much stronger for them.
Yeah, they also have a couple players in foul trouble. They've got their captain, Kalu, has 3. So she had to head over to the bench pretty early.
It certainly impeded a minute.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
And Balogun also has 3, so very curious to see if they will start the second half or not. But they definitely need some help from their guards, but they're capable of doing it. I'm not really sure what the issue is. Maybe it's a confidence thing.
Yeah, potentially. We talked about it before. Obviously, they've got their qualification locked in.
Right.
That might be playing into the mind. They might be a little bit complacent off how well they kind of closed out that game yesterday, how relatively easy they found it in the end. That might have put them on a little bit of a complacent note. But, you know, listening to Coach Wakama in the post-game press conference, she was very clear about what she's expecting from her team today, and this isn't just a series of friendlies. These are very, very important games to them.
I mean, yeah, use these games as preparation.
Massively. Even though qualification's not there, they are so important to them building towards a successful tournament in September.
All right, let's have a listen in right before halftime. Or, you know what I mean. It already is halftime.
Snapping it, okay? Come off and get it. Flip your screen. Coming off. Edges coming off. Big. You're looping under. You're rolling. It's going to be a big little pop. You got it? It's tight. It's tight. As she's rolling, you're running too. Like pressure her man. All right? You don't like any of that? Keep it. Good play. Pass it. Second side. And Jay's here. Here we go. New Jay. Let's go. All right. Make sense. All right. Finish that beat. 1, 2, 3. Finish. Here we go, ladies. Three.
All right, folks, get your phones out, scan that QR code, download the app for Courtside 1891. All of the live scores, streams, schedules, all the news, up to date, everything about basketball.
Kind of wonder whether this game's going to pick up with the same flavor that we finished that first half, because it was a dramatic final 90 seconds, a real seesaw.
It felt like the end of the game in a way.
Yeah, it really did. Like both teams were chasing the win at that moment. I'm not sure if you can hear them on the mic, but we have a hardcore of adopted Korean fans behind us.
All right, welcome back, everyone. 4-point lead for Korea. World Cup qualifiers here in Lyon, France, and Nigeria. Missing the 3-ball again. Have been struggling from downtown.
Well, I like that they looked for it, that they actually looked for that perimeter shot early in their second half.
Up top to Choi, get it to Kong, and gets an off-ball foul.
Yeah, I think that's our 4th foul as well.
That was on Balogun?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Defense.
Well, I guess they're letting her play.
Coach Wakama's going to make the change straight away, though, as Concro
I'm really
off.
surprised that both her and Kalu started. And oh my goodness! A deep 3 from Lee Sul Kong.
And that one was almost from the locker room.
Balogun on the wing. She'll pull. That hits the back iron. And Mukamara comes up with the board. Kalu, pull up. Not this time. Jisoo Park with the rebound. Go inside to Park. Picked up her dribble pretty early, but the cutter kicks it out. The jumper is short, almost a pass. And falls into the hands of Musa, but stolen away. 3-ball lined up. Not this time. Balogun throws it ahead to Kalu. And a foul on Hae-Jian.
That's a great foul. A 3-on-1 breakaway transition, and she's just going to give up a sideline possession to Nigeria. Getting in there early, committing the foul early. It's not in the act of shooting. That's a very smart play by Ann.
So Balogun heads to the bench, and she now has 4 fouls. Kalu's playing with 3 for Nigeria. It's a little in and out dribble, but Kalu can't finish. Give it to Park, kicks it out, corner 3 is off. Musa in the open floor, one-on-one, goes all the way. Majanatu Musa finally on the scoreboard for Nigeria. Picked away. Korea holds on to it. Shot clock down to 10 seconds. Park kicks the handoff, little step back. Has to kick it out, but stolen away. And a foul on Hajian. It's her 4th.
And that will change up Korea's rotation. Yeah, straight away Coach Park jumps in. They'll make a change at that point guard spot. An unexpected change. Only had 2 fouls at the half, but in 2.5 minutes, picks up her 2nd foul there.
That was a lot of contact on that replay. So Yi-Hoon Ha comes in for Korea.
And Ha is pure facilitator. She won't look to score. She'll look just to provide offensively.
Lukamara stolen away by Park. Korea have numbers. And the ball goes around and out. And a foul on the rebound.
That's a 3-on-1 transition offense, and Okonkwo comes away with it. That is a huge defensive play that you cannot talk enough about. And the one thing I would say, though, if I'm Coach Wakama, the rest of the effort from the Nigerian team to try and get back on defense was pretty lacking.
Yes, it was. No one was in sight. They go inside to McCauley. Turnaround jumper. Off the mark this time. And an offensive foul. I believe it's on Liesel Kong.
I was so far off ball, I did not see that at all.
So, oh, I see her right there. She hooked her with her left arm. So really, honestly, good eyes by the ref.
3rd foul as well, so foul problems pouring in on Korea now as well. This is going to become more and more of a chess match for the coaches as they try and work their rotations through.
Kalu kicks it out. Lukamara now in the corner. McCauley drives underneath the basket. Tough shot. I don't know how that went in.
Right now, everything McCauley touches turns to gold. As does the 3 from Ji-Hyun Park. It's a shootout between those two. They are the 2 that are dominating the offense for their teams. Unbelievable.
Musa, short corner. That one is good.
And that is a Musa signature shot, right?
Isn't it?
That little short range.
That little midi is like...
Yeah. It kind of catches teams unaware. It's not a comfortable shot as a player to take. It's relatively low percentage for the reward, unless you're Musa.
Go inside to Park. Shot clock at 3 seconds. Turns around. Well contested, but it doesn't matter. Jisoo Park.
Let's have a look at that again.
Wow.
That's under so much pressure.
There's nothing else that Musa could have done defensively.
No.
It's well
if anything,
contested.
It's too much pressure. She's stepping forward.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
And still to hit that shot.
And that's Musa's first personal, but Jisoo Park now at the free throw line. Can't complete the 3-point play. She's got 7 points, 10 rebounds. And was really heavy on the free throw.
He said best on that one, I think.
Mukamara drives. Ball gets kicked out to Okonkwo. Over to Kalu. Corner three is really short. And a foul on the rebound. It'll be on Easton Choi. Let's have a look here.
Two teams being very physical for the rebound.
So Macaulay heads back to the line.
Don't get me wrong, we're very early stages, but right now, if we had a power rankings for player of the tournament here,
oh yeah,
Macaulay
she's right up
at
there.
The top of the power rankings.
Absolutely, no doubt.
Our tournament MVP. Just so consistent, just delivering. There hasn't been ebbs and flows. There hasn't been a roller coaster in her performance. When she's on the floor, she has delivered. It's, you know, and today she's being asked to deliver an awful lot more. She's putting an awful lot more minutes into the game today.
Yeah, she's definitely been carrying this team on her back, keeping them in it. They're only down 4 right now, and now you see Nigeria falling back into that zone defense. Oh, the corner comes back out. Nice little bounce pass inside the Jin, who can't finish. An opportunity here for Nigeria, as Kalu is fouled driving into the lane. So she'll go to the free throw line. And yes, right there by Hyeran Lee. Kalu right now, 3 points. Make it 4 points. 4 assists. Does have 3 fouls, so still needs to be careful here. There's a few players on both sides with foul trouble. And now a 2-point ball game with just under 5 minutes left to go here in the third. Nigeria again sticking with that zone defense. And intercepted, almost.
That pass across court was just too telegraphed.
It was really high as well.
Put a lot of air on it and a lot of time in the air.
Yeah, it definitely gave Mukamara and Okonkwo enough time to try and get their hands on it. So 12 seconds on the shot clock. Ball moves around. Tough shot on the move. How in the world did Lee Kong knock that down?
Kong shoots better when she's not thinking about it, when it's not a set shot, when it is off balance.
And stolen away from Korea. She's gonna pull again from the wing. Oh! Big triple!
An even bigger smile on her face as she came back down the floor though, my goodness.
Now she's got 15 points. Another steal for Korea. Fast break opportunity, and they complete it.
And Coach Okama's not calling a timeout.
Absolutely, she's calling a timeout. She better call a timeout. That was a 8-point swing.
Very quickly. That's an 8-point swing in the blink of an eye. And now they've got the double-digit lead back. And Korea are absolutely vibing on the floor.
10-point lead now for Korea, and a timeout on the floor by Nigeria.
Certainly some corrections now needed for Nigeria. They're giving too much space on the perimeter. The zone defense is not the option. That's done. It's now on-ball pressure that's needed, and they are going to have to give up some of those kind of dribble drive attack lines just to close out the shooters, because Korea are just making it look easy at the moment.
Yeah, they've had 2 live ball turnovers that Korea was able to capitalize on. Kalu will drive and gets blocked. They call a foul.
I think even Kalu was a little bit surprised by the foul call.
I think so too.
Looks back. Where is it? Oh yeah, slight little hip check maybe with that right hand.
The block is there. That's clean.
Yeah.
It's on the body a little bit.
Only her first foul though, so not a problem.
It's on Yulin Khan. Kalu converts the first. Do we think that they're going to go back into the zone?
Surely not. Surely not. Oh, maybe they will. Maybe they will. Maybe it will work.
Maybe. Let's have a look. Yes, they are.
Wow, bold move.
Kong. Now back to Hump. Shot clock ticking away. And I don't think they're going to get,
But it's what we talked about before. This perimeter movement alone,
it's not going to
completely ineffective. And you know this with the zone. It's about disrupting the zone. So either you've got to set a screen to split the top 2 defenders or something along those lines, or the ball's got to go in to come out so that the zone contracts. Just moving the ball around the outside
is not going to do anything.
It's ineffective.
Nice little backdoor cut from Okonkwo, but can't hang on to the pass. Another turnover for Nigeria.
And that kind of play from Nigeria, they're the kind of plays that when the ball game's going your way, it works. You're kind of more in sync, and Okonkwo would have been where the pass needed her to be rather than a half step behind the play.
Wide open 3 again. Was on line here, but Okoro takes it to the rack.
And that is their potential problem. By shooting that 3 ball, the chance for transition points for Nigeria just goes through the roof.
Another 3 from the wing, and that one is good from Yulin Kong. Kalu. Deflected out of bounds. It will stay with Nigeria with 11 on the clock.
To be honest, I like that offense from Kalu. I do.
She's trying.
It's simplifying the game, and right now, for me, that's what Nigeria need as we see yet another 3-ball rain down on the Nigerian bucket.
Now Mukamara knocks down a 3-ball of her own from the corner.
Only the second of the game for Nigeria.
Wide open 3 again. But this time heavy for Kong. Kalu finds an open lane, dishes it out. Extra pass to Okonkwo. Wide open 3. Off the mark this time for Nigeria. Kong again. Creates some space, sidestep. That 3-ball.
Yeah, too much pressure on that one though.
Okoro looking to go all the way, and she does. Nice little hesitation. Bounce pass.
And this broken play is helping Nigeria now. The game's speeding up, it's becoming more broken, and that's what Nigeria need. They don't want that more structured basketball. They need it to be a little bit more fluid as a tempo.
Mukamara up top. Looking to use the screen from Musa. Finds a Okonkwo, extra pass. Shot clock winding down. They have to get it up, and they will not. Just used up too much time. So now Ji-yoon Park will come back in, as well as Jisoo Park for Korea. Just a 4-point game. So after that timeout, Nigeria's done a nice job.
Yeah.
Weathering the storm a little bit.
This is interesting for me now, though.
Oh.
Balogun's come back into the game on 4 fouls. That's a very bold move. I think the zone defense helps.
Yes.
Less susceptible to picking up that foul, but it's still brave to put such an important player up on offer.
Choi up top. That's Khan. Extra pass in the corner. Park had an open lane. Turned it down, but Park will pull from 3 from the wing!
Well, she turned the lane down for a reason, right? Because she knew she had the 3 ball in her pocket.
Okoro goes inside to Okonkwo. Can't get it to go. They've got to push. Deep 3. And does not go in, but Korea with a 7-point lead, hanging on. And this ball movement right here. Ji-yoon Park knocks down a huge triple for Korea. And at the end of 3, 58-51 for Korea.
An unbelievable third quarter from Korea. You look at the shooting stats now, they've hit twice as many threes today as they did yesterday from pretty much the same number of attempts, and that is the difference.
That is the difference. You're
completely the difference in the Korean team, which is great, but also terrifying if you are that reliant on the 3 ball.
I think they've done a much better job today as opposed to yesterday, trying to find that balance. Clearly that's something that I think their coach talked about, but they could still do a better job at it. And it doesn't necessarily mean it has to come from post.
No.
It's from your guards, it's from attacking the rim, creating different opportunities for your other players, sharing the basketball, which they do extremely well.
Yeah. And the thing you've got that's different today is yesterday they kept leaning on the 3 ball, but it was any 3.
Yes.
Anytime we even had the sight of the rim, we're letting it fly. Whereas today they're creating those opportunities, and when they're not there, they're turning them down. They didn't turn down a 3 in yesterday's game. If they were open, it went up, no matter what was happening. Today they're being a little bit more selective about when they are looking to the 3 ball, and that's why their percentage is double what it was in yesterday's game. That said, it's only a 7-point ball game, and let's be honest, Nigeria are not playing anywhere near their level right now.
All right, folks, there's that QR code. Don't worry, it will come back. Just have those phones ready for courtside 1891.
This is one of the highlights of the tournament for me so far. So many young faces in the arena having absolute mad fun. On a school day.
On a school, that's probably why.
Yeah, that's
They're not in school.
That's true. Would you rather do geography or go and watch a world-class basketball game? Not a tough choice, right?
All right, 4th quarter underway here. Korea, 7-point lead. They've led most of this, actually the entire game, now that I think about it, with the exception of the 1st quarter. And Park steps out of bounds on that shot fake. McCauley went flying out there.
And that's the threat that the likes of Park has kind of provided today. You have to take the Korean shooters seriously. You can't give them that look.
Okoro with the basketball. They go inside to McCauley, who's been their go-to all game. Beautiful pass inside to Musa. Oh my gosh! Murjana to Musa.
And that's a play they need to lean into. For me right now, Nigeria have to do this. They have to find their stars. Musa is without doubt one of their stars, and they have to almost overplay into those players' hands. If I'm Coach Wakama. I want to get the likes of Okonkwo firing up. I want Musa firing up. I want to keep going back into Macaulay. Give the ball to those key players and almost force them to find some rhythm. If not just for this game, for the rest of the week.
Yes. Nice little shot fake. Reversal is there. Release Okong. Stolen away for Korea. They definitely have numbers. They go to Park, who finishes with ease in transition. Lead goes back to 9 points for Korea. Okoro. Macaulay at the free throw line and is deflected out of bounds with 1 second on the shot clock.
Oh, I look at that offense, that's 23 seconds of basketball. I don't feel they created one opportunity. It wasn't like, oh no, got the door closed and we went a dribble drive or a post up that had to come back out. Just didn't feel like they had direction in that offense. And again, they don't even almost register the 1 second on the shot clock.
I'm not sure what they thought that they were going to get with 2 passes. With 1 second on the shot clock, if anything, go inside to Macaulay or Musa, throw it up or something.
And no matter what the result today, this has to be a wake-up call for Nigeria from a mental preparedness aspect of approaching these games.
Choi looking inside to Park. A lot of contact inside, and she's fouled going up and is upset with herself that she couldn't complete the three-point play.
And it's great to watch Park play because it's a legitimate old-school style big. It's all about strength, positioning, sealing players out with your footwork and body control and all of those things that kind of get lost a little bit in the modern game.
Absolutely. There's not a lot of teams that have a traditional 5 anymore.
No, everyone wants to stretch the floor, which I completely understand, but it's nice to see those bigs still delivering and having an impact, without doubt, having an impact. I'm looking forward to Park going up against Malonga. That's going to be a fun one. That could actually be a challenge for Malonga now to can she play against that style big? Yep.
And Jisoo Park knocks down both of those free throws. And now an 11-point lead for Korea. Mukamara goes to Kalu, shot fake off the glass, rolls out, and Korea come up with it. And they're going to call a foul on Promise Mukamara.
I think that's the right call. I think it's not an intentional foul,
right.
And it's kind of a tough foul to receive, but it is the right call. She kind of dived across the lane that Anne was running.
Yeah.
Even though she gets the ball, her body's in the way of the path that Anne's on.
18 on the shot clock. Get it to Park on the wing. Super dribble early, but they go inside. Kick it back out. And the triple is off the mark. Kalu comes up with a huge rebound. Getting over to Balogun. Extra pass in the corner. And no good this time for Nigeria, but offensive rebound. Macaulay will try from the corner, and yes! Victoria Macaulay is literally putting this team on her back. Go inside to Park again. Against Musa, she has time. Making a drive, spin move, almost got away with the travel. High arcing 3-ball. Not this time. Here comes Kalu. Turns on the Jets and off the glass.
And she's out of the game. Balogun's out of the game. That's the 5th foul. She pushed the player into the path.
Let's have a look here.
She worked her defender backwards into the path of Carlu's defender.
That would have been a great play offensively had that gone through for Nigeria, and that just kind of...
That's a real momentum killer.
Yes, it
you
did.
miss, you don't get the bucket, you lose a key player.
Yep. Buzzkill for sure.
Yeah. Look, here, she pushes her back, and she's just leaning on her into the path. It's a tough call.
Really tough call.
It's a tough call. But there's also a read from Balogun. She doesn't need to do that.
Yes.
You know, she doesn't need to make that action. You don't need to give the referees a chance to make that call.
Choi finds Hajian, drives, kicks it out. Now Park will try. Tough shot gets rejected from Musa. Somehow ends up in the hands of Choi, but she misses. Ball passed way up ahead to Musa. Stolen away. Kong for three. Not this time. Board is there. And the foul for Haeron Lee. And you just feel like Korea has so much more energy.
I don't know where it comes from.
I don't know how.
I almost can't turn my head quick enough to keep up with the game. I'm like, okay.
What's happening?
You have to respect from how they bounce back from, by their standards, what was a pretty poor performance yesterday. They've been able to hit the reset buttons so well overnight.
Haeron Lee, this is the first. That is Macaulay's third foul for Nigeria. And Lee gets the second one to go. Choi comes out. Jin comes in. Still plenty of time left here for Nigeria. A little over 6 minutes. Mukamara has Kalu in the corner. And Okonkwo, the big board, can't finish. He's on the floor. And I heard that. That was an elbow to the floor. Ooh.
Yeah, that's one that stings. You feel all your nerves fizzing when you hit that. But what you have to give credit for, look at this. The rebound goes to the floor. She throws herself, takes the hit, but will not let go of the ball until she hears the whistle.
And just like
until she hears the whistle, then she's like, oh, the pain. But that's the commitment, and that's the kind of player that Jin is, to be fair. She's constant, just constant, 100% commitment for the cause.
Nigeria will keep it. Baseline out of bounds, 14 seconds. Mukamara gets her own rebound, can't finish. Macaulay now will try. That one's off the mark as well. And I think it went out of bounds on Jin.
Yeah, I think they're going to ask for the review on this one. I think Coach Park's going to use his coach's challenge.
He might as well.
I think it does come off a Nigeria hand.
You think so?
It's difficult, isn't it? It's when it's popped out of the hand, does it run across the hand as it goes out, or is it the last contact? But ultimately, the officials have also got to look for a noticeable mistake. They've got to be able to see that there is absolutely an error.
So we have a head coach challenge by white team, and we are going to review who caused the ball out of bounds. The initial decision is green ball. Let's see the play. Have a rebound. Now we have a touch of left hand of white. And we have to see if there's touch again. We have to see different angle. Let's go this one. Yes, this one. Let's go back. So we have a rebound. Touch of white. Then touch of green. Then we have a touch of white. I see a touch here. We have to see who touches this. Let's go this one. Okay, let's go again. We have white, 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 green. And then nobody. I see the last touch is from green. What do you see? Okay, okay. So after the review, decision will be overturned. We will resume the ball from the baseline, white ball.
Two successful coaches' challenges today. We haven't had any all day one, and
you got your wish.
I did. And I do like it from a coach's perspective. It is an added facet to the game now where you're looking at that play and it is a trust element. Your player, all the Korean players turned straight away and said, yes, challenge that. And it's at what stage do you challenge it? Some players, do you trust them more than others or their judgment? Or do you have to just go with your players? Because even if you think they might be wrong, you kind of have to give them that call themselves.
My favorite, too, is like that's now the new thing for every player to do after any foul call.
Yeah, they're not quite sure what can be reviewed yet, are they? There's such a tight list of what can and can't be reviewed.
Park, nice little backdoor cut and can't hang on to it.
Wow, that's a beautiful play.
That was a nice
come
play,
off, yeah.
That would have been pretty had it worked. Oh, McCollum got her hands on it. That's what happened. Okay. And then knocked it out of bounds. I did not see that.
Another great play,
yes. Right? Ooh, Callow almost loses it on the sideline. Skip it over to Okonkwo. They go inside. Tough shot. Gets her own rebound. And Park can't hold on to it. And Kunai Akpana. We'll try it again. Still sticking with it. Shot clock winding down. They have to heave. Not sure if they see it, and they do not. That's turnover number 18 for Nigeria. Ball up top to Park. Go inside, and Callow now, that's her fourth, correct?
Yeah, I think so, and just trying to kind of mull both ends of the floor over for me from Nigeria's perspective. They've dropped into kind of a 1-2-2 zone press. They're trapping in the corners, but Korea almost play into that to create the disruption they need to operate from. So I'm not sure that press is really working for them. So I don't think that's necessarily something they need to do. And then just offensively, I'm not sure I see what they're trying to achieve. You know, most teams you can kind of pretty bluntly see, they're trying to create space on the outside or they're trying to isolate in the post. I just don't.
Yeah.
What flavor of basketball Nigeria giving us right now? I'm not sure. It feels like
And again, it's Victoria McCauley is the only person in double figures for Nigeria. So Ji-Yoon Park will head to the line.
She continues to deliver.
Yeah, 17 points. A solid game today, so different from yesterday.
Yeah, almost non-existent.
Exactly.
Today, just wasn't part of the game.
I think she didn't play a ton yesterday. Maybe 15 minutes?
Yeah, 17 minutes.
17 minutes? Okay.
17 minutes, 6 points. 0% from outside.
Oh, very different from today.
Yeah, just a bit. 3 from 5 today.
Okonkwo looks to drive, dishes it to Musa. Short corner shot is money.
And that's what I'm saying. Lean into the star players and lean into what they are best at. Don't ask them to do different things.
Absolutely.
And shape your offense around that.
Kong on the wing. Will heave again. Not this time.
Oh, Okonkwo
is
taking a shot on the way through. Is that Anne's 5th foul?
I'm not sure if it's on her or Park. Let's have a look.
That's on
Park. Yeah. Just gave her a little boop.
It's a polite way to put it. That's a nice way to put it. If it had been you that was hit, I don't think you'd been describing it to the refs that way.
Yeah. A little bit more than a boop. Nigeria trying to win some time by rolling the ball up the floor. Corner pocket 3. In and out again for Mukamara. We got just 4 minutes left here. Drive on the baseline. Kicks it out. Shot fake. Lines it up. Wide open. Nobody comes. To Hejian.
But that's the patience for Korea's offense. They waited till it was so disrupted that they got the open, easy shot.
Kalu going to work, kicks it out to the corner, extra pass. Mukamara almost throws it away. Macaulay now in the corner, trying to find something. Almost passed it to us.
I was ready.
I was ready to lock. Yeah, we were like, let's go.
I got my feet set and everything for that one. But looking at that Nigerian offense, they stayed too much on the strong side. You had Okonkwo lining up on this weak side, waving at the offense as it was happening on the opposite side from her. She's in her spot. That free throw line extended, that wing position, she's literally there where she delivers her best basketball, and it's just not recycling and coming around quick enough.
Kong for 3! Money in the bank! Lisa Kong, 20 points now. And now, the biggest lead for Korea. Okonkwo.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. Get her the ball on the wing. If she's open, she can shoot the ball. If not, she has that strength and power to be able to cause the disruption, draw defenders into her.
Here's that big 3 by Kong. Kalu using the screen, kicks it out. Extra pass in the corner, and they go inside to Macaulay. Fades away. That one looked good, but off the mark there. Give it to Lee. And good hands by Okonkwo. 10 seconds on the shot clock now for Korea. Ball on the side. Anabosi comes in for Macaulay. Macaulay's heading to the bench. What are your thoughts?
Surely it can only be 30 seconds. Quick breather, back into the game. Might even be just on the defensive end. They're trying to save her.
Or are they throwing in the towel?
Sure not.
Go inside to Park. Turnaround jumper is good.
She's got it all today.
Ji-Yoon Park, 21 points now. Kalu drives, can't hang on to it. And turns it over. So that'll be turnover number 20 for Nigeria. Ji-Yoon Park really doing it from everywhere today.
Yeah, having herself a game, 21 points, 6 boards, 4 assists and a steal, and shooting 61.5% from the field.
From 0 yesterday, is that what you said?
0 from outside yesterday, 60% today, and you just, that's a turnaround, right? That's what makes a great athlete. You ride those bad days off and you're ready for a good day tomorrow.
Park will drive again, pull up, and she's going to the free throw line.
And there's an awful lot of questions for Nigeria to ask themselves. Obviously, the game's still on the line right now. Yes, it's 16 points. It's an outside chance, and they are struggling to contain the likes of Ji-Yoon Park. But Nigeria have some questions to answer, not just for this tournament, but for what does this look like at the actual World Cup later this year. You know, if they do come into these games, World Cup competitions, it's even less games in the group stage. It's even more compact. Every game is even more important. They can't afford a bad night at the office.
Yeah, because it'll be four groups of 4, correct?
Yeah. You've got 3 games to prove yourself. There is no days off.
Yeah, exactly. Okoro. Anabozi now over to Okoro to the corner. Looking inside. Can't get it. Anabozi almost loses it. Shot clock again winding down. I'm not sure if they see. That's happened a few times tonight for Nigeria.
And it's interesting. I think you might be right that the towel's kind of been thrown in because,
sure.
you know, you're straight away seeing Agoke come into the game, and that's her first 10 seconds of action tonight. You can't expect any player to sit for 38 minutes and then have any kind of meaningful impact.
Drive and kick. And the jumper is good for Anjin.
And this isn't just going to be a win. This is a statement.
Not sure what happened now.
Maybe the clock didn't stop.
Maybe the clock didn't stop.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you saying about
I was saying this isn't just going to be a win for Korea. This is a statement.
Yes.
They have toppled the AfroBasket champions here. After Nigeria had a hell of a game yesterday and was dominant in that second half. Korea will take a lot of confidence out of this, and it's a huge step forward for their chances of qualifying. Massive step forward.
And the putback is good for Rita Ibokwe.
What it basically does is kind of throws down the gauntlet to some of the other teams, the likes of the Philippines, the likes of Colombia and France, who are also fighting for qualification. They've now got to take a win off a Nigeria or a Germany to be in the same bracket as Korea now.
Park will try from deep. That's definitely off. You can see it from our angle over here. But 32 seconds left here in this game, and what a difference a day makes for Korea.
It's a cliche, but it absolutely works for this one. And for both teams, to be fair. What a difference a day
true.
makes, but in the wrong direction.
Yes, but in the wrong way.
Nigeria.
And turned over again. That's turnover number 22, I believe, for Nigeria. And Choi will pull. Not this time, but not a lot that Nigeria can do at this point. As Agoke will try to knock something down, but she can't, and that will do it, folks. Huge win for Korea, 77-60 versus Nigeria. And you can see the excitement on the players. Puts them in a great spot to get a ticket to go to Berlin.
And it's more than the win, it's the points difference as well, because you just don't know how this one's going to play out. Will it go to head-to-head, and then ultimately points difference? A 17-point win against the continental champion. That is a big, big statement from Korea.
I definitely was not, I was expecting a much closer game.
Yeah. I wouldn't have picked a winner in this one. For me, it was, I'm not sure, Korea or Nigeria, kind of an evens game for me. But I'd have thought it would have been under a 10-point margin, whichever way it went.
And you see Korea now showing their respects to the referees. That just gave me chills. I don't know why.
Nice, right? Nice. The way the game should be.
They're showing their loves to this group that's sitting behind us, waving Korea flags. Gotta love all the support for them, and all smiles today. I mean, yesterday obviously was a different story for them. They really struggled to shoot the basketball, and tonight 11 for 39 from 3, 28%, which still isn't amazing.
No, like I said, the Asia Cup, they were shooting 38%, so they're still not where they can be, but that's a huge scoreline.
And again, 17-point win. And Ji-Yoon Park has just been announced as player of the game. She was outstanding today. You called it from the jump.
know. It's like I know stuff.
I know.
Right?
It's like you know what you're talking about. Like you understand basketball.
I'm recording that. That's going to be my ringtone now. It's like you know what you're talking about. I'm taking that one.
Ji-Yoon Park had 22 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists in 29 minutes. Nigeria, as you look at the screen here, definitely continued to struggle from the three-point line. 4 for 17, that's 24%. A little bit better from yesterday than 15%, but only had 2 players in double figures. And for the most part for Nigeria, it was all about Victoria McCauley. 22 points, 6 rebounds. I mean, there's only so much that one person can do.
And that's the thing for me. There's a bit of soul searching from the other 11 right now. Who steps up alongside McCauley? She played 14 minutes yesterday. She's played nearly 27 minutes today. And maybe that is kind of the max out. Ultimately, 35 years of age. You don't want to be putting 30, 35 minutes through a 35-year-old's body 5 times in 7 days. So someone else has to step up. And they have the players the likes of Musa and Okonkwo. You know, they have players with absolute quality through and through. It's now down to those players to be a bit more maybe aggressive or demanding, that they become focal points. But a lot for Coach Wakama to talk about and kind of digest. They've got a rest day tomorrow, which will be super important for them. And then obviously they'll go up against the Philippines in game 1 of day 3 here.
Yeah, keep in mind that Amy Okonkwo has not been herself. This is only about, I think, like her 3rd or 4th game back. She's been out for quite some time with a back injury, so she's obviously not herself. Hopefully, during this tournament, she'll find her rhythm. That would change things tremendously for Nigeria.
A healthy and on-form Okonkwo changes this Nigerian team in the flick of a switch. It just changes everything. It gives them an offensive focal point. It gives them a pressure release outside McCauley. Obviously, Musa had a tough game today as well. Didn't really go Musa's way.
She did end up with 10 points, though.
Yeah, a sneaky 10 points.
Very sneaky 10 points. But take a look at the standings right now. We do have 2 more games later this afternoon, evening. Philippines taking on Germany at 5 local time, and Colombia taking on France at 8:30 local time. But to continue to talk about Korea, definitely in a better position with this win today to try and punch their ticket to the World Cup. And you see there, that's how many spots are left. Not a lot. But Korea, nice win for them. Great comeback win after their performance yesterday. Really struggled to shoot the basketball, but they had huge performances from Ji-Yoon Park as well as Jisoo Park and Lee Sol Kang with 20 points as well. So stick around, folks. We got plenty of more basketball left, and a huge win for Korea, 77-60 versus Nigeria. Thanks for joining us. We will be back very soon, folks.